neighbors right now are being super loud. So yeah. Hi guys, how are you? I hope you're doing really well. Welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met, hi, hello. You can call me Tanan and this is my channel. You can call me Tanan and this is my channel. That sounds weird, right? Okay, I'll try to film this video pretty quickly because, as I said, my neighbors are being pretty loud. Today we're filming the palettes I would like to focus this winter fall season. Here where I live, we're entering into fall, but usually I don't wear like certain colors or certain kinds of makeup with the season, like spring, summer, fall, winter. But usually what I do is that when the weather is cold, I prefer a certain kind of makeup, and when it's warm, I prefer other kinds. So yeah, basically that's what we will be doing. And let's get started. It's so hard for me to say that. Let's get started. But yeah, let's start. My cat is over here, so maybe she'll make an appearance. I was really careful choosing these palettes, basically because right now I'm focusing in two palettes. One for the Panda palette that you can see the introduction in my channel. I leave the card. I don't know if it's over here. I think it's over here, but maybe it's over here. So yeah, I'm focusing on my Panda palette, and also in Instagram I'm doing another another challenge with another palette. So I was really careful with which palettes I chose for this video because I don't want to have too many similar colors. So yeah, the first one is Making Mops. This palette is a beauty. It's pretty light, but it's really pretty. I had this palette since maybe November from last year and I haven't used it at all. Basically because where I live in November it was spring, and these colors for me are winter colors. Most of the palette is matte and these shimmers are pretty glittery. It's not a metallic, it's not a satin, it's ultra glitter, it's not pressed glitter, it's something between a metallic and a glitter. So yeah, that's basically these colors, and I really want to use this one. The second palette I want to focus on is Insidious from W7. This is a dupe from the Sultry palette from ABH, and it looks like, this. This one last winter I used a lot. It's pretty well loved. It even has a pan, and I'm pretty close to hit pan on this one. But this is a palette that I only use in winter. I really want to get use out of this because I know that as soon as the weather gets warmer, I won't use it anymore. So I really want to focus on this one. Then we have another that is pretty well loved. This is the Iconic Division by Revolution, and again this is a dupe from the Subculture. Yeah, I think it's called Subculture. This is a pretty well loved palette too. I have two pans on it, and last winter I used it a lot, but again it's a palette that I only use with cold weather, so I want to use it now that the cold weather is coming. Then we have Siam from Hipdot. This one, for a lot of people, purples are a color for warm weather, but for me I think it's more for cold weather. I don't know. I think I will use purples all year, basically because purple is my favorite color to use on my eyeshadows and my eyes. So yeah, I haven't used this one, and for me it has some wintry vibes. Maybe for the berries, the plums, maybe it's that. But yeah, going back to Colourpop, again, I don't know how to pronounce this name, but you can see it here. But this is the palette from Colourpop, and it looks like this. This was the holiday release from Colourpop. It's a color story. You can see one of my cats. Huh? Yuli. She's ignoring me. As I was saying, this is a color story that I haven't used too often, but I want to get more use out of my green eyeshadows, since I think it's a color that suits me, but I don't use a lot because it's not really easy for me to blend greens. It's for anyone easy to blend greens. And it's a really pretty palette. and I haven't used it at all again because I received it. This was a holiday release from last year. Colourpop is from the US. There it was winter, so it made sense, this color story, but for me at that time it was summer. So now is the time to use it, not in the holiday for me. Oh, almost dropped it. Let's move on because, as I said, I want to finish this video quickly. Let's go with the last one from Colourpop. This is Just My Luck. This again is a green palette. I made a poll yesterday on my Instagram asking for what season, if a certain color is more winter or summer appropriate. And for a lot of people, greens are summer appropriate. For me, I think it's an all year thing, even if I don't use greens. Basically because, yeah, maybe these like brighter colors are more spring appropriate, but some darker ones, some olive ones, are more appropriate for me for winter. And again, I want to get more use out of my green eyeshadows. Maybe that will be like the challenge of the year. We have 2 palettes left. My idea was to only show you 7 palettes, since the whole idea of this video is like have a reminder for myself of what palettes I want to focus this winter and fall. So hopefully all of these palettes will end up at some point on the focusing on my eyeshadow palettes project plan. It's that the name. I'll leave again the video over here, I don't know which side. So yeah, hopefully all of these palettes will end up in that challenge. So I wanted a smaller number so it's more realistic for me to be able to roll in these palettes. I wanted 7, but I end up with 8. So we'll see in a couple of months how many of this palette end up in that challenge. Yeah. Moving on, then we have the Zodiac palette. This is a pretty old palette, not on my collection. On my collection is pretty new. And for me, this palette is just perfect for the cold weather season. I say cold weather season like we don't have fall and winter, but yeah, we have fall and winter. But as I said at the beginning, I don't go with seasons, I go with the weather. So this palette is perfect for the cold weather season. Has some grungy colors, some olives, some greens, some warm colors, some purples. This is a really pretty palette, and I feel like winter is the perfect season to use it. And the last palette, if we want to keep in this video only 7 official palettes, maybe this will be an honorable mention. But the last one is the Rude Awakening from Rude Cosmetics, and this one looks like this. As I said in my eyeshadow palette collection video, this was a gift from my boyfriend. He gave it to me on Christmas of last year. But again, I haven't used it because for me, these colors are pretty wintry. And why am I saying that this is an honorable? Am I saying that right? Why am I saying that? Basically because these 2 palettes are pretty similar. Maybe I'll end up focusing on this one or this one. But maybe I'll choose between one of these 2. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Maybe at the end I end up focusing on both of them, but the priority will be only focusing on one of these. And maybe if I roll all of the other ones in the project, maybe I'll roll in the other one. Did I explain myself like at all? So yeah, these are all the palettes I would like to focus on the next 2 seasons. But that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please consider subscribing and give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I think that's all for today. And I hope I'll see you on the next one. Bye! Micho! Micho! Venga. Todos mis gatos me están ignorando hoy día. Hola. Hola, bonita. Now that I'm not filming anymore, guess what? Now she loves me. I just realized, because I'm editing right now, that this side is pretty poorly blended. So sorry for that. But yeah, I hope I'll see you on the next video.